Hey guys, I hope you're ready for a front porch deep clean and makeover. We're going to be doing some deep cleaning outside, cleaning window screens. I'll be sharing a cleaning hack. We're going to be meal prepping some freezer meals before we go on vacation. So a lot we're going to be doing today. Give me a thumbs up if you're ready to get moving. Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, whatever time you are watching and hanging with me. Welcome to Jamie's Journey. I am so glad you're here. So glad, and I'm thankful for you. I'm thankful that you're here and you are making a huge difference in my life just by being here and being a huge part of this community. So I wouldn't be here without you guys, so thank you. Okay, so today we are tackling the front of the house. So in last week's video, if you guys missed that, I tackled, this plate is from Etsy. If you're curious, I got it made last year for Father's Day for Mike because we do a lot of grilling, so Etsy. So it was a grill plate, a personalized grill plate. If you type that into Etsy, you can probably find different options. But last week's video, we went outside, we deep cleaned and made over our back patio. This week, front porch time. So how is your week going, or how was your past week? Hopefully your upcoming week goes pretty smooth. As you guys are seeing this, we are currently in Disney World. Our family, I don't want to say our family has never been. Mike and I both went. We've been one time. I was 8 in 3rd grade, and Mike was, I think, around the same age, maybe a little bit older. So that was really the only time we have been to Disney World, and we are taking the girls for the first time. We're actually going with Mike's whole family. So it's a big family vacation. We're going to be there for a week. So as you're seeing this, we're kind of in the middle towards the tail end of the vacation, and I just know it's going to be pretty amazing. Our girls have never flown before, so we get to experience flying for the first time. Then, of course, Disney World. We have a travel agent who set everything up for us because we were kind of clueless when it comes to Disney World. So I'm sure when you're hearing this, we're probably exhausted, but just having the time of our lives. I know it'll be hot. It will be a lot of walking, but just all so much fun. I'm sure we'll be ready to get back to our house. My parents are staying at our house, kind of keeping an eye on things, and I'm kind of excited, I'm sure, to get back into my own bed. So I really like using the stainless steel as the last step when I'm cleaning my stovetop. It shines everything. It's the only thing that I can use to make sure it's streak free. And you guys know that I don't love this Sprayway stainless steel cleaner on my appliances anymore. The formula changed and it just seems like watery or more oily. I've been trying a few other products and nothing is working. It's kind of a bummer. So I'm still on the lookout for a new stainless steel cleaner, but it works really good, really good on the stovetop. So I've noticed that because it's summer and we're outside and in and out and the kids are constantly go in and out all summer long, which we are working on that. I don't know if you guys are if your kids are the same way. It's like in or out, pick one. But I notice here around the door, you can see it's been getting a lot dirtier. Actually, all of the entry doors, like the side door, the girls will go in and out a lot, and then the back door. And I noticed that around the trim, they were all pretty dirty, and the window panes. So I was using a magic eraser to quickly get off all of those smudges around the baseboards and the door. And then I was using my Bissell Steam Shot hand steamer to clean the windows. I personally find that my hand steamer is one of the best ways to clean windows and mirrors. It just does a phenomenal job, and especially here on the side door, sometimes we'll get bugs in the summertime, and they'll just stick on the door, and I can kind of use my steamer and it blasts because they'll die and they'll be just stuck on the door, and that will get it all off. So when I'm done cleaning in the back hallway, I'm going to go outside, and let me tell you, it has been quite the journey, quite the experience cleaning and taking a video of myself cleaning with all of the workers around. I am sure they are wondering what this crazy lady is doing, cleaning the outside of her house and filming herself. You know, we have houses going up on both sides of us directly, and then there's about 3 houses going up across the street from us. We were the first house on the street, so there's just a lot of houses being popped up, and there's so many trucks, so many crews of different guys. Like one house they're putting in drywall, the other house they're doing the roofing, the other house they're doing flooring, whatever. And so you have all these different crews of people and all these guys are in and out, and I'm sure they're looking at me setting up my camera and they're like, what is this girl doing? She is crazy. But I was like, you know what, don't let it bother you, just do your thing, Jamie. And I'm probably being more self-conscious. I'm sure they're not staring, but yeah. But I just, like, the entire time, I was like, please don't look over. Please don't see me setting up this camera and filming myself cleaning windows or scrubbing the doors. So I will have everything that I'm using out here linked below. This power washer, I absolutely love. We've probably had it for 3, maybe 4 years. So I really, really like it. Highly recommend it. And then to clean the concrete, I have used a couple different concrete cleaners in the past. The Zep one is is one that I really, really like. But last time we used it, it did kind of affect the grass a little bit. It did kill a little bit of the grass, and we have spent, a lot of money trying to get our grass growing. I mean, a year ago we didn't have any grass, and so we've been, really working hard getting our grass to grow and look nice. And so Mike was like, do not use that concrete cleaner. So I was using Dawn dish soap, and that actually seemed to do a pretty good job. And then this window cleaning tool is pretty nice. I've also had this for a number of years, and I like it because it has a scrubber, which it velcros on so you can remove it and clean it. So you can make sure it's clean before you use it again. But then it also has a squeegee, and so it extends so you can reach up higher if you need to. And it's just a great cleaning tool that I think that I will always have around. So I'm just using cold water and Dawn dish soap to scrub the door. But talking about our Disney trip, I'm obviously talking about it now. We haven't left yet. As this is airing, we will be in Orlando, but Mike and I are really, really excited because, the twins just turned 5. And to be honest with you, I would say the first 4 years was like a blur. We honestly didn't do many vacations. If we did anything vacation wise, we would just kind of keep it local, small little day things, because it's, with when it was just Avery, if she had to skip a nap, even though she needed a nap, we could deal with it. It's easy to deal, not easy, but if you have one cranky toddler and 2 parents, it's a lot, easier to deal with that versus when you have, 2 cranky toddlers who didn't get a nap and then you have an older one, you're outnumbered. So honestly, we haven't taken a lot of big vacations. To be honest with you, Mike and I are not huge travelers, but now that the kids are getting older, I'm feeling this, pull to want to travel and do more fun stuff with the girls. But so this will be, honestly, we went with my parents to Hilton Head last summer, and that was our first big family vacation with the girls. And so this one is, the second one. And I just cannot wait to see Disney through their eyes. And Mike and I also aren't big, when it comes to vacations, we're typically not super scheduled. We kind of like to take things slower and not be so planned out, because I feel like our life is so routine and so planned out and so busy that when we go on vacation, we're okay, let's just kind of have options and not be on a strict schedule. But with Disney, you kind of have to, so we have everything, planned out, what days we're going to what parks. We are staying on resort, so there's a couple days we're just hanging out at the resort and going swimming. So just a little bit of a different vacation, but I bet it's going to be one of the best ones because the girls are going to love it. We got these planter pots from Walmart last year. I do have them linked down below. I know they sell out pretty quickly. They're just a really, really good price. I know they're pretty popular, but it's because I know that I've looked for similar. We were trying to work against this dooming storm that was hanging around. So I was trying to move my booty and get moving before the storm came in, which I did. I was able to get it done. But yeah, these big planter pots can be so expensive. They're just so expensive, and especially if you want a big one, and they're a pretty good price, so they sell out, but then they'll restock. So I do have those linked below. And then I wanted a new little table out here for the Adirondack chairs. Sometimes we sit in the back, sometimes we kind of want to sit in the front. Just sitting outside is one of at least our family's favorite things to do, especially Mike and I. And I found this little table, but you can also use it for storage. The lid comes off and you can put stuff inside from Lowe's. So I will have that linked below. I just wanted something a little bit lighter. The other table we had there was left over from our old patio furniture, like 2 patio furnitures ago, so it was pretty old. So I updated that. I kept the rugs that we used from last year. You can see it's a little discolored. It's a jute rug and it was discolored, but I was like, I'm not buying a new one. These wreaths are new from Kirkland's. I did get them this year and I wanted a pop of white off of the doors. So I found them at Kirkland's and I think they look perfect. So here what I was doing, I don't know if you can tell, but it was raining at this point. So I finished in the nick of time. I came in and I wanted to clean the windows from the inside because that's where the most of the smudges are. So from the outside window, it was more dirt. And then the inside, it was all the smudges. This is where we wait for Avery's school bus when she's in school. And so the twins will kind of stand there with their little hands. So a lot of fingerprints on the bottom window panes. So I was doing that. And then I wanted to clean the floor in this front entryway really good because I had been walking in and out from outside. The ground was wet and I know the floor was pretty dirty. So I was using my Bissell, I almost said Bissell Steam Shot because I use that so much. My Bissell Crosswave with Hydro Steam. It has a steam mode option and I like using that when I think my floors are really, really dirty. Back, so it's kind of like a low-key Sunday around here. Mike took the girls out to run some errands. I think they're gonna go to the store, get some ice cream, just do a few little things. So I think what I'm gonna spend my afternoon doing is doing a little bit of cleaning and freezer meal prep. So when you guys are seeing this video, we are gonna be in Disney World. So we're going to Orlando, Florida. So excited, but we're gonna be there. And so what I want to do before we leave is do a little bit of meal prep. We have a very busy June. Avery has softball tournaments every weekend in June except for when we're gone. The twins have 1 to 2 t-ball games a week. So I'm gonna do a little bit of freezer meal prep, have some meals ready to go for when we need them, trying to get ahead of the game before our busy month. So that's what I'm gonna do today. So this was another day. It was actually the Sunday before we were getting ready to leave. And I don't know about you guys, but I always like to make for sure my house is cleaned up or at least tidied. I hate walking in from a vacation and just having a messy house. I will stay up later if I have to. I just want to make for sure my house is picked up, sort of clean. And I know that the day before, obviously with 3 kids, there will be stuff to do. So I was trying to clean the rooms that I could control and keep clean over the next couple of days. And then I'm going to do some freezer meal prep. I wanted some meals ready to go when we got home because we're going from Tuesday to Tuesday. For a couple of different reasons. So when we get back, we're kind of like jumping right back into the middle of the week, which means games and practices and other things that we have to go to. So I just wanted some meals ready to go, waiting for us, some good home cooking meals. So I'm making 3 freezer meals. One is breakfast burritos, which I'm doing here, and then 2 other meals. The other 2 meals, I will have the recipes, full recipes, or links to the full recipes in the description. For breakfast burritos, honestly, there's really no recipe. You can kind of just put in them whatever you want. I knew the girls would be primarily eating these, so I just did egg, cheese, and turkey sausage. And an easier way that I like to cook up all of the eggs is I'll bake them up. So I just did, there's no recipe. I think I did 8 eggs. I added in a little bit of milk. I just eyeballed it. I added in the whole pound of turkey sausage, and then I just sprinkled some cheese on. Then I put it in the oven, or some salt too. Oven, I think it was at 350 or 400. I think it was 400 for about 15 to 20 minutes. And what I would do is, you're actually going to see me do this periodically. I'll go in and I'll stir it up because it starts to cook on the outside quicker than the middle. So when I stir it up, it just helps the whole thing cook quicker. And I just like how everything kind of cooks together before you put it in the tortilla shells. Okay, this is turkey, meatball, and cheese tortellini soup recipe. Super simple. You're just dumping a bunch of stuff together, and then I think you put it on the stove top with some chicken broth for about 10 minutes to simmer, and then you have a meal. My girls love tortellini. So full recipe is linked in the description. Don't mind my bad handwriting, so I just wrote June 2024 turkey, meatball, and cheese soup. All right, don't mind my bad handwriting. But all you have to do when it's time to cook is you just dump this in a pot. You add 6 to 8 cups of boiling chicken broth. You let it simmer for about 10 to 12 minutes. So, this certainly will be helpful when we get back from Disney. I'm sure we're going to be ready for a home cooked meal. All right, and so this recipe was a lasagna soup recipe. I do have a crock pot lasagna soup recipe that is really, really good. But my girls loved it so much. Actually, everyone did. Even Mike really liked it. So I was just looking. I came across this different recipe, so I was like, let's give it a try. So this recipe again is linked in the description. But you're essentially cooking up the ground beef, and then you add in your spices, bay leaves. And then I let it cool down before I combine it in the Ziploc bag to freeze. So it was a bit challenging because I think when I placed my Walmart order, they had substituted a smaller tortilla shell size. So these were kind of like the small size, and typically I would just go for a normal flour tortilla size. So I was kind of like stuffing a bunch in there. But like I said, the girls were going to be eating these primarily, and my girls aren't huge eaters. So this would ended up being pretty good. You know, it's so sometimes with like the substitutions, and I'll never complain because to have the convenience of grocery pickup or delivery is just such a time saver. But like unless you're really paying attention to like the quantity or the size, it can be a little bit tough. Like I think a lot of times the substitutions will pop up and I glance at it, I'm like, oh yep, it's an equal swap. But then when I get it, I'm like, oh, it's a lot smaller. So just one thing that I'm like, sometimes I don't pay attention as much to the size, but I'm not going to complain because the convenience is amazing. Well, I feel really good about what I was able to accomplish today. Feel kind of ready. My plan is for tomorrow to spend the day packing for me and the girls. I think I'm just gonna spend the rest of the afternoon with Mike and the girls, just kind of relaxing, having some fun, and then I'll worry about packing and all of that. I don't know, I'm one of those people that I don't even think or like, I don't even wanna, I haven't really even thought about packing. It's like, I wanna get through today. So I really haven't thought about packing that much just because I pretty much have all of tomorrow to worry about packing. And I was telling Mike, I'm like, this is kind of like a unique vacation in that like we know exactly what we're doing every single day. Mike and I are the type of people who love like relaxing beach vacations where we're kind of like, maybe we'll do this, maybe we'll do that. We'll keep our options open. Like we like that slow pace vacation lifestyle.
And this is obviously gonna be completely different. And we know exactly what we're doing pretty much the entire vacation, so that'll make packing a lot easier. So I'm just worrying about that tomorrow, and I'm actually feeling pretty good. Shouldn't be too bad. I'm sure I'll do a Target drive up with a bunch of like random little things that we'll need, but I'm feeling pretty good, feeling ready. I'll spend the day cleaning and that'll be that. But anyways, thank you guys so much for being here. I hope you have a fantastic week. You got this. You can do it. I hope you have a fantastic week, and I'll see you guys next time.